Hey, what's going on YouTube? Anti-Yami here, back with another video, and in today's video, I'm gonna teach you guys how to sequence tier hands. And honestly, I feel like this is one of the best tier builds at the moment. And if you guys haven't seen my deck profile, the one I took to the YCS, or sorry, not the YCS, the one I made after the YCS, I think I took it to a locals and did very well with it. I'll sequence a lot of the plays and kind of talk about some of the play pipe plays and talk about how to sequence the deck very, very well, right? I know in my last comment, and I'm sorry I didn't respond to him, but somebody was like, well, how do you play around Nib without Rukalos, right? Because I think playing those brick cards are not worth it in a deck because you want to have more cards that are good for milling and also drawing. So I try to maximize those as much as possible, and I'll kind of like go over some reasonings of why I'm choosing the directions I'm choosing for the lines and whatnot. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and shuffle up really quick. I did a kind of like a little bridge shuffle or like a little table shuffle already. So I'm just trying to shuffle it back up here so you guys can see that it is shuffled. And if we break any of these hands, I'll just re-roll it. But I'll do 2 test hands without playing through any hand traps. And then obviously I will talk about it and stuff, like how you will sequence and play through certain hand traps, but we're not going to be under any hand traps. And then game number, or the 3rd test hand, we'll try to like get hand trapped, right? So we'll see what that looks like. So, okay. Opening hand is Mseti, already a good start. Foolish Burial. Funny enough, in my most updated version of tier, I replaced the Foolish Burial for Grief. Because 1, it's a better mill, and 2, you can do some really cool combos with Grief. Foolish Burial is still really strong, but we'll pretend like this is a Foolish Burial in these states. But try out Grief. Grief is really strong. Merly, Delicious, and Planet. So, this hand is really, really, really strong, and it's very solid. So, in this starting hand, I would typically always go for the Mseti line here. So let's do Mseti, and we're going to pitch Malicious. And we're going to search the King Sarcophagus, and then we're going to shuffle up again, and then we're going to draw a card. Another Malicious. Perfect. So then after that, I'm going to activate King Sarcophagus, and we're going to use the effect of King. Well, first of all, to play optimally around Ogre, because Ogre is going to be more popular in this format. Special summon Mseti first, then we'll use Sarcophagus, pitch Malicious, and we're going to dump the Happy. Then we're going to special summon Overlay, and we're going to go for the Zombie Vampire. Effect of Zombie Vampire, always detach, have a Happy Mseti and tier, because you can actually mill a tier name, shuffle this back for a Mud Dragon. Alright, we'll go ahead and mill 4. Okay, so obviously Foolish Burial Goods we can't use, and then of course we can't use this. So it comes down to these 2. Corridor doesn't really do nothing on the field, so most likely the choice here is to go for the tier cache to put more cards in the grave, and we're going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and try to mill 3. We hit a Rhino Hearts, Planet, and Bridge. Very broken. So trigger effect, we're going to chain link 1 Rhino Heart, and then we're going to ask your opponent for a response, and then we're going to chain Rainbow Bridge. And Rainbow Bridge is going to add our Turtle. And in this case, we're going to add Tombs. Kind of like follow up if they kind of get rid of this King Sarcophagus. You can activate Tombs and bring back your Horse monsters. Special summon Rhino Heart, effect of Rhino Heart on field to send Merly. And we're going to chain link 1 Rhino Heart, chain link 2 Merly. And we're going to dump Shaylin. And then Merly's effect will trigger or finish resolving. And we're going to put back one of the malicious. Actually, I think here, it doesn't really matter here because we're going to get to both of these fusions anyway. So let's just put back these 2. And we are going to make a dangerous. Then at the vaults, we are going to trigger the effect of Shaylin. Shaylin's going to put back, actually we can put back the Protos if you like. But I like to add the M Steady, put it back because there's a good chance that we can actually we'll do the Protos just for the sake of whatever, and put these 2 back since we didn't mill flag or anything like that. And then this will make our Mud Dragon, and we'll put it here. Okay, next sequence, we're gonna overlay and do Bahamut Shark. And a lot of the times, once I resolve Bahamut Shark, I feel like I win the game. You can do whatever you want at this point. And Toad is a negate, follow up, just, it's broken. It's a broken card. I don't know why it does what it does. So we're gonna take these 2. And actually, we'll keep the Zombie Vampire, honestly. Only because of our zonings here. And we're gonna take these 2, and we're gonna turn them into, drop the card. We're gonna turn this into Cross Sheep. And then we can activate the effect of Malicious. You guys can see it. And we are going to special summon Malicious. We're going to trigger Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is going to trigger. And a lot of the times I like to bring back my King of the Swamp. Or I keep saying King of the Swamp, Mud Dragon. Because it can also protect you from being targeting. So keeping this on inboard can also be very important. And also it's a level 4, so if we ever overlay into Banshee, then we can, you know, make those kind of lines. So next, after that, we're gonna take these 2, turn this into a Beatrice, and then you have options here. We still didn't even activate Planet yet, which is like insane. We still have like Foolish Burial for like whatever here. And it's just like insane what we can do here. So, also fun fact, Totally Awesome's effect is you can tribute an Aqua Monster on the field or in hand. So you can actually sometimes tribute this, like say for example, like they nib you here or whatever, you know, Imperm, like whatever. You can actually tribute the Toad or the Turtis in the hand and keep Toad on board for your opponent's turn. Just an FYI. Then after that, we're gonna detach Malicious, and here, we can do a lot of different things here, but the fact that we can go for like a Protos line or whatever, we're gonna dump. Where is it? We're gonna dump the Night Serpent, and then we're gonna use this effect to bring itself back. Then we're gonna overlay for a Banshee. Effect of Banshee. Search flag. And then we're going to activate the effect of flag, shuffling back to Malicious. And then we're going to activate the effect of flag. Flag is going to search. Honestly, we can search for Umbrella. Typically, with this combo, you can either choose to go Protos, because since now you know what your opponent is playing off a zombie vampire, you can call whatever attribute that you want, and you know, that's fun. Also, another fun fact: if we were to keep the King of the Swamp, this card can literally turn to any attribute, and then you can call whatever you want, even Divine, which is kind of insane, with the Mud Dragon. Just an FYI, there's some lines that you can shark for that. But here, we're gonna go for the Colossus play because it seemed like it's. I just like going for Colossus game 1. So, with that, we are going to take. Actually, we're gonna take all 4 of these, and we're gonna turn this into a big fat Appaloosa. So this is an Appaloosa for 4. Then we can finally activate Planet. And Planet can add Shaylin. And then we can activate Shaylin's effects and this. And mill 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then we can activate the effect of Umbrella. Also, Umbrella is an Aqua too, so same thing with Toad. You can actually use Toad's effect to tribute itself. So yeah. We're gonna use Umbrella's effect to add back the corridor. Then after that, we can summon Malicious by banishing another Malicious. Malicious banish. Then we will go for another Malicious. Yeah, once you get the Malicious rolling, plus with the Nemesis card, you literally have infinite bodies. It's actually kind of broken. So we're gonna take these 2, and we're gonna turn it into an SP Little Knight, because why not? And then we're gonna special summon Corridor, shuffling back the Malicious. Then after that, we'll link this off. I have to say link, because it is technically a link 1. We'll link 1 into the Protos here. The Protos, the Colossus. And unfortunately, we didn't have any millers here, but since we play Foolish Burial, if you want to, you can Foolish Burial into a Shuffler. So now we have a Shuffler. So if you look at the interruptions here, and we have follow-up here. So we have the 1 fill spell in the hand for follow-up. We have the King's Sarcophagus also for follow-up. Toad is also good for follow-up. We have an Appaloosa for 4, a Beatrice, a SP Little Knight, a Floodgate, and a Toad Negate, and a Shuffler, which also can lead to a pop. So we are not losing this game. In any game 1 situation, we are definitely not losing this game, right? So, yeah, that's how I would sequence this hand and how to like optimize. There are some lines, hopefully in the next test hand, I can show off like some ways to play through hand traps, but I think next time we're going to just go ahead and skip to just like how to like actually play through like hand traps. And I'm not going to try to make this too long, but we are going to just try to play around like Nib. So if my opponent literally has Nib, let's see if I can just put it here. If they just open the rock, is my rock not in this deck right here? It is not in this deck. Okay, let's just pretend like they have imaginary rock. So let's go ahead and get shuffled up for the next text hand, and we'll see how we can play through Nib, right? Okay? See you guys in the next test hand. Alright guys, so what is good? We're gonna go ahead and get these cards shuffled up. And we're gonna play through rock, just because there's a person in my last comment. Again, I'll make videos based on what you guys leave a comment on. So if you guys want me to play through like a certain hand trap and test hands, or you guys want me to make a certain like deck or whatever, please let me know, and I will try to focus on my next video on that when it comes to like Yu-Gi-Oh. So definitely let me know, and I will respond. Sorry, I literally had like 2 weeks where I worked like 60 hours, so I wasn't able to keep making videos, and I just, you know, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, just let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely try to fulfill those requests as quickly as possible. And I try to respond to a lot of comments. If you guys have been on my channel before, you guys know that I try to answer and talk to a lot of people. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, starting test hand. We have Tremor Karma, we have Rhino Heart, we have Solic, Malicious, and Tearlament. So we're gonna try to play through Rock, right? And we're gonna drop Rock on the most, like, obviously, like, when you want to play the Rock, the best way to play it. And we're gonna keep in mind that we're gonna try to play through it as best as possible, right? And trust me, you do not need Rukalos to play through Rock. You can insulate yourself through it, Nib, and if you do get hit with Rock, you can still make a really broken board, right? Because I actually made a pretty broken board with Uploads over 3, Colossus. I think I made a SP Loader Knight, whatever, through like 3 hand traps. So obviously it does depend on how you mill and stuff like that, because if you mill really good, you can pretty much play through like 5 hand traps, it seems like. But anyway, there's also hands where you literally lose to 1 Ash, and that's just the nature of tier, right? So here with this particular hand, our 2 major starting points here is Tearlament and Rhino Heart, right? Normal Summoning Rhino Heart, you can go into like a Beatrice line pretty early, but I feel like the best line here is to actually open up with Planet. So we're going to activate Planet here, and Planet is going to give us our shape. And I'm going to show you the biggest reason why does that play through Nib. It's because of these guys right here, right? If you leave these guys face up on the board, it's very awkward for your opponent to nib, because if they nib, then you get a free fusion, and then you can keep going from there, right? And plus, if you have Planet, you can actually just like make a fusion, and then Planet pop a nib, and you can keep pushing from there, right? As long as you don't like obviously get cooked by the nib, right? Don't like make the nib way better than what it is. So anyway, we're gonna activate the effect of Shaylin. Shaylin is gonna send Malicious to the grave, and then we're gonna mill 3. So 1, 2, 3, and we hit a Night Serpent here. So Night Serpent is gonna summon itself back to the field, and this is summon number 2, right? Here, because if we're trying to play through like hand traps here, and you want to play it really safe, and we have another Aqua, so we can normal summon Rhino Heart and make a Kaleido Heart here, but then we don't really have like more of a push if we want to play it safe. And the toe line is going to be very awkward here, because now Rhino Heart's going to be normal summon number 3, and then you make Mud Dragon. Mud Dragon's going to be 4, Bomber Sharp's going to be 5, and then they can nib you here. And then, of course, if they do, obviously you can activate Shaylin's effect, shuffle back Malicious, and then go into a Dangerous line, and then Dangerous discard Tremor Karma, and you literally keep playing. But I feel like if you're trying to play around Nib, I feel like the Bahammer Shark line is not the best way to do it. So, let me think here. We'll just go for it anyway. If they have Rock, they have Rock. So, this will also protect us from other different hand traps as well. Obviously, Ash is not a thing, and then first Imperm will go crazy here. Or, honestly, you can, you can actually activate Factor. Alright, you know what? We're gonna Rhino Heart, and we're gonna play safe, right? We're gonna Rhino Heart, and we're going to actually send Tear Catch to mill 2. May not be that crazy, may not hit anything, but this way you can actually like play underneath the rock and make Toad on the 5th summon, which is typically what I try to do in this deck a lot of the times. So yeah. So let's just do that. We'll mill 2. Okay, we didn't mill anything. Perfect. So now we overlay. And now there's also some lines where you can make a Banshee, and it's like really strong too, but Bahammer Shark is just like protection. So we're going to Bahammer Shark, and this is our 5th summon, and this right here beats Nib. And yeah, so let's go ahead and keep pushing and see what we can do to improve this hand. But see, like, I feel like doing this doesn't really help us push a little bit. I mean, we can end on like Bahamut Shark, this and this setting, Solic. Or, actually, we have a line here. So now I'm going to activate Malicious. Banish Malicious from the grave. And this is why Mally at 3 is broken, right? Mally at 3 is extremely broken. So now we're going to Special Summon Malicious. And then we're going to take these two. And we're going to actually turn it into a cross sheet. Then we banish Malicious again. And Special Summon Malicious. Then after that, we'll take these two. And we are going to turn it into a sprint. Sprint effect is going to dump our Merly. And then we can activate the effect of Merly here. And since Dangerous is offline right now because we have no ways to summon another Malicious, we can actually take these two. And we can turn this into a Mud Dragon. And then Mud Dragon overlay to Banshee and then go from there. Or you can take Merly plus Rhinoheart plus this, and you can actually go into a Kaleido Heart and then use Fill Spell, Pop, you know, blah blah blah. But I think here we're going to definitely just turn this into a Mud Dragon. I just think it's cool. So let's just do that. Mud Dragon. Then after that, we're gonna overlay, turn these into a Banshee. Effect, we're gonna probably send Shaylin. Then we're gonna search Flag. And then Special Summon Flag by shuffling back to Malicious. Effect of Flag. And since we didn't Zombie Vampire, we don't know what deck they're on, so we're gonna actually search for a Corridor. And effect of Corridor, shuffling back this. And then you overlay into Gigantic. Just kidding, you don't do that. Fun fact, Sprint is also a Thunder, so you can actually turn Sprint into a Colossus as well. So in this particular situation, what I would do, you could actually turn these two into an SP Little Knight. Or, if you're very fancy, keep the Flame Banshee on board. Actually, we can Special Summon Flag here if you want to go for this line. You can actually turn... Oh, wait, you can't. Because... Yeah, no. You can't. You can turn these two into an SP Lord Knight. Activate the effect of SP Lord Knight. Banishing Banshee. And then Banshee effect would summon itself back out. And then if you want, you can make an Appaloosa here. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. You can make an Appaloosa for 3. And then we'll sack the Sprint and we'll turn it into our Colossus. Obviously don't put an Animazone, but just to show it. And these two cards are kind of dead in the hand. But, I mean, it's still a pretty solid board. Obviously, there's some, like, better optimizations you could have probably done with this. But, we did some, like, really weird plays just to show you guys how to, like, officially play through a rock. But if you really can't, like, negate Nib, then you'll keep, like, Shaylin on board, and then you'll make a play, or eventually try to get to an Appaloosa. And then once you let Appaloosa, then you're protected from hand traps. So, that's kind of how you sequence how to play around like nib and things like that. And that's how you want to like protect your lines before you actually go into like your milling. There's some lines where you can actually make an Appaloosa or a Toad, and then you go into like the M-Steady line, and then you pop off from there and make a pretty good board here. But even this is still pretty strong, right? Because like you'll still set the Solic here, and whenever you Toad negate, you'll bring back your Tear Cash. Say for example, like you negate this, and then you can activate the effect of Tear Cash. We're gonna banish another Tear Cash, and then we're gonna mill 3. Didn't hit anything important. And then now you have a negate. So you have like basically 4 monster negates, an Omni negate, and a Floodgate. And you'll probably send Tear Cash to mill 2 more. Scream, Havness, Havness 1, Scream 2, add this, and then this literally turns into a Collider Heart. So we'll actually spin back all that. And we'll make the Collider Heart. So yeah, well there you go. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I didn't want to make this too long. I mean, there's so many crazy lines and optimizations. You have to be a really good player to play this deck, especially at like a YCS and stuff like that. And every little decision matters. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys want to see more. If you guys want to see more optimal test hands, or maybe some like 2-card combos that can help you get started with your lines. A really good 2-card combo is M-Steady plus Rhinoheart, for example, and what that can like guarantee make. So again, let me guys know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.